What is up, guys? Beautiful day in Owasso. Got I guess a 94, I think, GMC Sierra. A little backstory with this one. I put a bass tune on this thing 4 years ago. It's on my YouTube channel. It's the OBS with the 6-liter chop monster cam. It's got like 50,000 views or something. It's just an idle video of it. It was not this color, it was gray. So if you're looking for a video with a blue truck, it was a gray truck. I hadn't seen this guy, I put the bass tune on it. He was supposed to bring it back to me, and never did. Never brought it back to me. It literally was just to get it running. And this is another reason I just don't do bass tunes, because people will just do what this guy did and go run the ever-living dog shit out of it for 3 years and blow it up, and then try to run my name in the dirt. It was pretty hilarious. I told the guy many times to bring it to the house, let me finish tuning it. Never did. Anyway. So fast forward to 2025 now. Guy hits me up and says, hey, I have this OBS is swapped, 6-liter, I don't know what cam's in it and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. He goes, it's idling really high. I was like, okay, well, you got a vacuum leak or, something's going on with it. So, he gets here and I can hear him in the house, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing is like, I don't know, like $2,000. It's high. So, get to looking at it, and I was like, man, I know this truck, because somebody painted it, I was like, man, I know this truck. So I download the tune on it, and it's my tune. And I'm like, did you buy this from such and such? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, I know this truck. I was like, he was supposed to come and drop it off with me and let me finish tuning it. I was like, years ago. And he goes, oh, that's crazy. I was like, so when did it start idling high? He goes, well, my boy Luis or somebody tuned it. And I was like, okay, well, first off, this is my tune. And second off, they messed up all the airflow tables and the spark tables for idle. So that's why it's idling at like 2,000 RPM. So, yeah, so here we are fixing it. I was thinking I was going to do a whole tune today, and I'm not. I'm not that guy where I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm going to charge you full price. So I'm not charging the guy full price. But yeah, this one, it's a 6-liter chop monster cam. It's got a 4L80 in it. I remember this thing was spicy as hell. Because I have the shift point set at like 6,900 RPM. Like I remember this thing was quick. I literally drove it for like 5 miles, and I believe it had like some oil leaks and stuff, and I kind of got some stuff a little dialed in, to where he can actually drive it to me. And again, he never did. So I'm gonna fix all that stuff, and let's just see how this thing turns out. It should be a pretty spicy little OBS. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is putting in speed density. And we are going to disconnect from the vehicle first with the scanner. So we're going to put it in speed density. So in order to do that with a Gen 3, you need to fail the math in the tune. So how you do that? Go to engine, go to airflow, go to dynamic airflow, and then you'll see a number that's 4,000 RPM. That'll be the high. Disable. Go ahead and put that at 8,000 RPM. And then go over to your engine diagnostics, airflow, and then go to your math fail frequency, set that at number 1. And then go to your DTCs, so P101, 102, and 103. Set those at mil on first error, and it will fail the math. And it'll be in speed density, and you can dial in your speed density VE table. So this is what we're going to do, is do this, because like I said, just going to double check everything, because it's been years since I've seen this truck. And I don't think I even remotely did that. I think it was literally just a bass tune, so. Oh yeah. So let's get on it right here and start logging. All right, so we got a little short log here, speed density. And this is good enough for me to start adjusting on this thing. So you can see it's little rich right there, nothing crazy. Idle looks pretty good, driving around looks pretty good, but tip in is pretty lean. So we're gonna richen that up quite a bit right there. And then, so all I gotta do is copy this whole table right here. So we're doing short-term fuel trims. We're doing everything off of that. Copy it, go down to your tune, find the airflow main VE table right here. And you can see our one we're starting off with right there. I got a feeling this thing's gonna be out of injector, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna multiply by half. So now we got a little richer right there. And then what I'm gonna do is add 5% right here. So it'll kind of make it even right there, because it's gonna look like shit. Like we got this little spike right here, and it's gonna add fuel anyway, so go in accordingly. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this out. Got rid of that little bitty bump right there. All right, and then just gonna rinse and repeat. Flash it and log it again. All right, now we got the math done. Just drove it around for a little bit, and it is lean. So we're gonna copy it. Same thing as the VE table, but we're gonna change our dynamic airflow to 100 on the high RPM disable. Put your check engine light, fail back to 4,000 or 14,000, I'm sorry. And then a mil on second air like it is from the factory. And then make sure when you're doing all this stuff, make sure you have your def code turned off too. So you wanna turn that off. So I copied that table right there. Go to the math calibration. I'm gonna paste it. I'm gonna do hole on this one. It's probably gonna make a little spike down there. So we're gonna smooth that out. Click the smooth button a couple times. Flash it, rinse and repeat. All right, so you're gonna drive around and log it and rinse and repeat and just keep copying and pasting this table over until you see numbers about like this. This is pretty damn good right here. You'll have little spikes of, you know, the 361 right there. That ain't nothing. So that's a pretty damn good table right there. Now you're ready to go back to blended. All right, so we got the math dialed in, part throttle and idle. And we got the VE table dialed in, part throttle and idle. I'm just messing with the idle airflow stuff now. So the throttle cracker, the delay, all that stuff, the follower, everything I showed you guys in that previous video. That's what I'm messing with right now. So, and a couple little transmission things too. And then after we're done with that, head back to the house, throw a wideband on it, and we'll make a little hit with it. All right, so we're not going to do wide open throttle on this thing. I did one little hit back there, and it immediately went to 100% duty cycle. It's got 25-pound injectors in it. Not even gonna chance it. So I'm literally gonna just finish dialing in this thing on the idle and just little piddly stuff, and then I'm gonna be done with it. I'm not gonna chance it. So those injectors are just not big enough for this. So they're barely big enough for a bolt-on's 6-liter. So I know better. And again, I just wanted to test it out. And yeah, 25-pound injectors are not big enough. So let me go finish dialing this thing in. I'll do a little walk around with it and stuff, and we'll be done with this one. Getting a little warm outside. Yeah. Well, I think we're done with this thing. It's doing really good. I had to add a ton of throttle follower to it. It just kept wanting to just dip down. So I added a ton to it, probably a good 35%, 40% of airflow on top of what I had already in it. So, but it's not dying anymore. So I think we're good. I'm just adjusting the speedometer now and a couple of little transmission shift points, and I'll call them up and tell them it's done. Other than that, it runs really good. It just needs a larger injector. Just keep that in mind when you go to cam one of these. You probably need a larger injector if you go with something pretty massive like this. But it's just going to run out of fuel. Like it's impossible for them to flow anymore. So with this one, I'd probably go with like a flex fuel injector, like a, I don't know, 42, 50 pounder, something like that. It'd be all right with that. And just send it. So, I mean, this thing, it pulls pretty good, but again, it was lean, and I let off as soon as I saw that duty cycle, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna put a wideband on this because I already know. Like it's It's way too lean, so oops. But yeah, hope you learned something. It's gonna do it for this one, guys. Hope you learned something. Make sure you like and subscribe, do all that YouTuber stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.